Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Atlantic Street Park. I'd like to invite everybody to gather a little bit closer, enjoy our little lawn that we have here at Atlantic Street, and I want to thank everybody for coming out to this inaugural event that we couldn't be more happy to be hosting here at the Hackpack. As the artistic director for the Hackensack Performing Arts Center, I could not be more proud and excited to know that this event is happening here at Atlantic Street Park, which is part of the Hackensack Performing Arts Center facility. And it couldn't be more fitting to be here at the Hackpack, at Hackensack's own theater, because here in our industry, here at the Hackpack, the LGBTQ plus community has a major contribution into everything that we do here at this theater, but we are just one little microcosm of the theaters and the arts that are going on all over this globe. Every single little theater like this, their contribution is immeasurable, and it is a major part of all of us socially, all of us as far as our all the things that we watch in television and film, and especially theater and the arts. So again, I cannot be more proud to know that this is happening here at our little center, which I think is a great epicenter for the LGBT community here in our town of Hackensack. So it should be a gathering place, and it should be a place of joy and happiness and celebration of the contributions of that group and that marginalized group in our society. Oh, thank you. Yes, yeah. We're happy. We're proud. We are proud. These events don't take place with nothing. We can't thank, obviously, that we've had a great contribution from the school system, and we're going to hear from some people in just a few minutes. But most importantly, the city of Hackensack and all the different departments that come together for any event that we do here in the city. So that's the Performing Arts Center, that's DPW, that's Freddie Colwell, Mitch Horn, Joe and Glima, everybody from the city manager's office. We cannot thank them enough for helping to make this happen. And it's, again, there's nothing happier that makes us all happy than when we see our community coming together for people from the LGBT community. Of course, the IT department also helped out tremendously. And all of this, all of these types of events, no matter what it is, it starts from the top, and it comes from our leadership and our mayor and council, who has been hugely important, not only in this Performing Arts Center, but all sorts of new things and events that are going on all throughout the city. With that being said, I'd like to introduce one of the people that we really have to thank for making these events happen, and that is our Deputy Mayor, Ms. Kathleen Canestrino.
Good afternoon, everyone. I wish the sun was out a little bit, but we have to be thankful. No rain, so we're going to all keep our fingers crossed, get through this. I'd like to start with gratitude to the Hackensack Middle School's Gay Straight Alliance, who is behind this wonderful event. A special thanks to Ash Rodriguez, the founder of the GSA, their advisor, Ms. Dee Kalman, and our school superintendent, Robert Sanchez, all who you will have the opportunity to hear from as well today. And everyone who helped organize this flag-raising ceremony here today. Today, June 1st, marks the beginning of Pride Month, and everyone here today is someone helping to lead the charge in making sure that every LGBTQ plus student and community member of Hackensack feels safe and comfortable being themselves in our city. Pride Month is a time to remember the many trials and tribulations the LGBTQ plus community has endured, and to thank the individuals who have bravely fought and continue to fight for full equality. Today we will be raising the Pride Progress flag, which holds important reminders for all of us in its various colors. You'll be patient with me. I think it's worth mentioning some of this, again, to remind us and to be thankful for all of the things that we have in our wonderful country. The red stripe stands for life. The orange represents healing. The yellow reminds us to always be creating new ideas. The green represents prosperity, the blue stripe encompasses serenity, and spirit is embodied in the violet. This flag now also holds the addition of black and brown stripes to acknowledge the vital role people of color have played in creating a more equitable society, which we know is especially true here in Hackensack, where we are so proud of our diversity, as well as the white, pink, and blue representing the transgender community. I am honored to be here today as we raise the Pride Progress flag over Hackensack. And I am proud to be an elected leader of a city where there is dedication at every level to making ourselves a stronger and more inclusive place. Thanks again to everyone who plays a role in this. I do have a proclamation. We did this at our city council meeting, but I think it's worthwhile reading it again today. This proclamation is from the Office of the Mayor and Council of the City of Hackensack. Whereas the battle for dignity, equality, and personal safety for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and questioning people is reflected in the tireless commitment of the LGBTQ+ community, as well as its dedicated advocates and allies who strive to forge a more inclusive society. And whereas the advocates and allies work towards making sure the LGBTQ+ community within the city of Hackensack is heard, including the young members that are striving towards inclusivity. And whereas the Gay Straight Alliance, established at Hackensack Middle School, that has over 100 members made up of some of the young residents of our city, is one of only 2 clubs within all of Bergen County advocating for not only LGBTQ+ youth, but all members of the community. And whereas LGBTQ+ Americans, including those who live in our local communities, face hate and discrimination simply for being who they are and for who they love. And there remains much work to do to extend the promise of our country to every person. And whereas the Pride Progress flag represents all members of the LGBTQ+ community by emphasizing inclusion for all, by including black and brown stripes to represent marginalized people of color within the LGBTQ+ community, as well as the pink, white, and light blue stripes to represent the transgender community. And whereas by raising the Pride Progress flag in the city of Hackensack, we are continuing to affirm our belief that we are all more free when we are treated as equals, and take pride in all of our LGBTQ+ community members. Now therefore be it resolved that the Mayor and the City Council of the City of Hackensack do hereby proclaim June 2022 as the City of Hackensack's Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender, and Questioning Pride Month. And in raising the Pride Progress flag, encourage all community residents to eliminate prejudice wherever it exists, and to celebrate our great diversity by celebrating our LGBTQ+ friends and neighbors within our city. And I'd like to present this. Ash, would you like to come up? Again, calling you up. Thank you again for all you've done. Really appreciate it here in the city. Okay, and with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Greg to introduce our next speaker. But for those of you who have never been here, please take a moment to look around and enjoy our lovely park. Please feel free to come. It's a perfect place. Sometimes, you want to come, read a book, get some fresh air. I think this park turned out lovely. And our Performing Arts Center is right behind here. And as usual, we have a local artist displaying their works in our art gallery. So when this is over, if you care to go inside and have a look around, please feel free to do so. With that,
Thank you so much, Deputy Mayor, and thank you for acknowledging, yes, some of the events, and of course the art gallery, which is open right now. There is a local artist on display, and we like to rotate different artists in throughout the year, usually around once a month, and it's open during the day, so if you want to check it out once a month, please do. Also, join our mailing list and visit hackpack.org, where you'll find out so much more about some of the incredible events that are going on here. And speaking of events that are going on here, the city of Hackensack, both departments like the Recreation Department, the Cultural Arts Department, would be remiss and doing a disservice to the people of Hackensack if we didn't work closely with our school system. And one of the things that we take pride at here at the Cultural Arts Department and other departments like Recreation and the police and fire is working closely with our school system. There's many towns and many cities across the country where there's adversarial attitudes between those two departments, and that's a terrible place to be. And we can't say that here in Hackensack. We do have a companionship with our school system and all the board members and all the administrators in the school system. We do countless events together, including this one. And to speak more on that, I'd like to bring up, please, the superintendent of the Hackensack Schools, Mr. Robert Sanchez.
Hi, good afternoon. I can't think of a better way to celebrate inclusivity. I would like to thank Mayor LaBrosse and the City Council for being allies to our LGBTQ plus community. This flag is for our students, our brothers and sisters, our sons and daughters, friends and neighbors who are lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender. This flag is a symbol of hope and inclusion. Perhaps the young men and women in our community cry themselves to sleep worrying if they can safely be themselves in their schools, families, and community will look at this flag and experience a glimmer of hope and pride. For them, we gather here today. In conclusion, it is my hope that all who see this flag, regardless of political affiliation or religious views, will recognize that there are populations within our community that feel excluded, left out, and not represented. And that is simply not right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sanchez. And what the school system is doing is really something that they're really the tip of the spear that help us all guide us through difficult events, difficult times, and more importantly, help raise us up with events like this as well. And teaming up with the city of Hackensack again is something that we love it when events like this happen from both our mayor and council and of course the Board of Education and the entire governing board of the Board of Education. Now, we've talked today about, we mentioned Ash, who's going to come up in a few minutes and speak, but we mentioned about the Gay and Straight Alliance. It couldn't be a more aptly named organization, which was started by one of the speakers that are going to come up in just a few minutes. And what a great source of pride, not only for us, represented here in the flag, but really in the name, the Gay and Straight Alliance. And that's really what we're all striving for here, is gay and straight allying together to come together for all sorts of joyous events like this, and to come together and hold each other up in times of pain. And I think it couldn't be more fitting for that organization to have started here in Hackensack. And actually, right now, I'd like to bring up the advisor for the middle school of the Gay and Straight Alliance, Ms. Dee Kalman, if she could come up real quick and say a few things.
Hello. Good afternoon and happy Pride. I am so incredibly proud to be invited here today to speak as the advisor for the Gay Street Alliance from Hackensack Middle School. Learning can take place only when an environment can go beyond just acknowledging, but celebrating our scholars. Some people say tolerating. I'm like, we tolerate a dentist. We don't tolerate our students. When students are celebrated and feel safe to be themselves, mental barriers are removed and they learn. They reach their potential, they thrive. I am so proud that we're moving in the right direction in the school district and in our city. We surely have more work to do, but everyone here is a part of that progress. So thank you. The Gay Straight Alliance has been successful due to the unwavering support from our administration. We personally would like to thank Dr. Galliana, who's here today, and Mr. Sanchez. And also from the activism of our student leaders. The club has over 100 members and we meet weekly. We form friendships, we listen, we support one another, we spread awareness, perform community service, learn together, and we have fun. Even if students are not members of the GSA, having this club offered within our school sets the tone for an inclusive community, and therefore it makes our entire building safer. Our student activists are the heart of our club. They are our why. Our club was formed from the no-nonsense, won't take no as an answer student leader, Ash Rodriguez, who saw a need and with utmost bravery and courage asked, or maybe demanded, probably, Dr. Galliano for this club to be formed. Ash is also the reason we're here today. Making progress in the school wasn't enough, and he naturally zoomed out to make progress in his entire city. I say I wish I could bottle Ash's drive and sell it on eBay. Everyone would buy it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for celebrating Pride, and thank you for making our city safer.
Thank you so much, Ms. Kalman. With that being said, it is going to be my honor and privilege to bring up our final speaker, who we've been speaking about all throughout this this program, and it's a great source of pride for me to be able to introduce them. But once again, I want to thank you all for coming out and supporting this event, and remind everyone that this flag will be flying throughout the month of June, and all of our events here in this park will be in the shadow of this glorious flag in this beautiful park, here literally in the heart of the city of Hackensack. So we encourage everybody to come back and visit, and of course come to some of the events, and know that we will raise our eyes in pride, knowing that this flag will fly all throughout the month. So again, thank you to the mayor and council. I know Councilman Carroll is also here. We want to thank him. All the members of the Board of Education. I see Dr. Parchman is here as well. We can't thank them all enough for making sure that these events happen and happen in a way that we're doing it tonight. So that being said, again, I can't tell you how amazing. I looked up, got a whole bunch of information on this student, and this is a reason why you should be proud of the students in our school system and the citizens of our town. As you've already heard, Ash has founded the Gay and Straight Alliance at the Hackensack Middle School, and even though now he's no longer a student there, that program still is strong. So he already has left a legacy on his students throughout the rest of the year. Throughout the rest of the school years in the city of Hackensack. He also was instrumental in helping to initiate this very event that we're here at today. And he has been a guest speaker at numerous different events throughout Bergen County, including Tenafly, where he also helped to spearhead their Gay and Straight Alliance program. So honestly, this is a person that we all as citizens of Hackensack can really be proud of. So it's my pleasure to bring up our guest speaker today, Ash Rodriguez.
Can you guys hear me well? Yeah. First, I want to thank the City Council for bestowing the proclamation stating that June 2022 is Pride Month. Second, this is going to be really short, second, I wanted to say speeches are great. They sound inspiring and allow us to come together and celebrate. But in the end, what really matters is what we do at the end of the day. Because speeches don't mean anything if we don't follow through with them. Quite frankly, I've heard of a lot of speeches that result in broken promises from the people that are supposed to keep our interests at heart from this town. Lastly, we need to do everything we can to make sure the future is brighter for LGBTQ students of the future. Having a great day and amazing Pride.
Thank you again all so much. In just a few moments, we are going to go around for a photo op as we do raise the flag. So I encourage you to stick around for that and take some photos. And please, as soon as this is over, please take the time to enjoy the art gallery. Again, local artist Kathy Moran is the artist this month, and a new one is coming in just a few days. So it's always changing. It's always things are new or happening here. Again, thank you so much for visiting here today. Thank you for having this event. Thank you, Mayor and Council. Thank you, City Clerk, the City Manager's Office. Jacqueline, thank you so much for all of this, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.